Began to set on that night, and all of a sudden the captain says, "Uh-oh, we got problems." I said, "What?" He said, "You hear that sound?" And everything was dim, the sun was setting and was gloomy. And he said, "You heard that sound over there?" I said, "Yes." He said, "That's the lions." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "They're going to feed tonight." We heard, whoo, 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 whoo. I mean, it sounded like thunder, Whole lot of them just go, whoo, whoo, this kind of growling sound. And he said, we're going to tie the boat up here for the night, and we'll, be able to see what they're going to do. So he took the boat up by the shore, jumped on a stump, tied the rope, jumped back on the boat, and then he let the rope out so the boat could drift back into the middle of the water, because he said we can't be close to shore. It won't be safe. And so here we are, beautiful moon setting. I mean, this lovely night, National Geographic perfection. We saw giraffes, everybody began to move around, and because the lions were coming. And he says, "I hope that they come so we can see everything." And they did. And here comes this pride of lions coming, making this sound, and the females and the males are all together. And suddenly we heard some noise coming through the bush, and there's this herd of elephants coming. And my eyes beheld something I never forgot. The lions, very small, compared to the elephants. They're very small animals. And the elephants appeared, and they were pushing down the trees with their trunks. Just moving through the forest. And the lions all got quiet, and they crouched down in the grass. And we were watching this right there on the shore. And I'm excited because we're on top of the boat in chairs, sitting down. It's like front seat. National Geographic movie here, And here comes these elephants, and the lions are all crouching quiet, and they're moving around. They're all staring in the same direction. And suddenly the elephants appeared in the moonlight. You see the silhouette. I mean, beautiful. Suddenly the elephants began to recognize that the lions were there, and they began to make noise, and they began to move away. And the lions decided, you could almost hear them thinking. They looked at the elephant and decided, "There's our meal." Now you would think, these monsters, these are Mack trucks, monsters, tons and tons of weight. And the little cat decided, "That's meal for me tonight." Because their mentality is, it's not the size of the animal, it's my desire to eat. Thought of a meat. Suddenly, they crouched. One of them dashed toward the monstrous elephant. The other elephants ran through the bush, and this one jumped and leaped up, and he put his claws around the big neck of the elephant, dug his teeth into his side of his head, and he dug his claws into the carcass, and his body was hanging and swinging. Another one jumped to the back and jumped up on the hip and put his claws in, dug his teeth in. The other one came around the side and dug on the other side of the leg. And here's this elephant with 3 or 4 of these female lions, and he begins to rock, and they begin to swing, just swing. And he is trying to shake them off. And I'm standing there thinking, this is amazing. I am watching the king at work. And no matter how much that elephant swang, and they're flipping around like pieces of rides, just in the air, just flopping around. And he's making noise and swinging them, and they just held on. And I was shocked to see leadership at work. And they refused to let go. And suddenly, the elephant slowed down, because the lions or lionesses that was so light before became like lead, because they wouldn't let go. And suddenly the elephant fell under the weight of his own body, his knees, and then he fell on his side, rolled over, and the rest of the lions went to work. And I sat there thinking, that's why they are the king of the jungle. That's leadership.